Hey guys, Aaron here. This is my Nike CEO. I just finished my Rasta dyeing on it. You can see it's kind of a marble style, just like the way East Coast Mesh did his stuff. So based it off of his tutorial, and it came out very nicely, and I'm really happy with it. So this is just a video of the process of what I did to get to this final product. So I guess I will roll the clips and enjoy. Hey guys, so we're gonna start our dye. Here's the materials. We have a Krylon webbing, which I'll use later, scarlet Rit dye, golden yellow Rit dye, and I believe Kelly green Rit dye with my CEO right there. So we're gonna go ahead, get a pot of boiling water going, get the yellow Rit dye ready because that's what we're gonna start with. So we're gonna go ahead, pour this golden Rit dye into the boiling water, kind of let it settle so we can commence the dyeing process. So now we're just gonna kind of stir and let the yellow Rit dye settle, so therefore I can drop my head in there and actually start dyeing my head the golden yellow, which is gonna be the first layer for our dye. This didn't go exactly as planned because my head is a little big, so it didn't fit all the way into the pot, but I do a thing where I throw in the upper part in and kind of let that change yellow, and then I do the same with my bottom. As you can see here, it's already turning a bit yellow. Continue repeating the swapping of the upper and lower parts of the head into the pot, varying on how big your pot is until you get the golden color you want. So voila, finished dyeing the golden yellow. It came out a really nice color. So what I'm going to do is kind of rinse off the head and let it cool down after settling in the boiling hot water. So moving on, we have my Krylon webbing setup. I already did this. I didn't want it to get too messy on camera, so what I did is I covered the parts where I wanted to keep the yellow color as seen by the black. So that's that. Once you put the webbing on, you want to let it dry for about 20 to 30 minutes before you start the next part of the dye. So we're going to continue the dye now that my webbing has hardened and it's dry with the Kelly green Rit dye. So I'm going to pour that into the pot as shown above. Now that we have our Kelly dye, we're going to drop my head in, and it's going to be the bottom layer because that's where I want the green color, and we're going to let that settle for a little while. So after a couple of minutes you can see that the yellow turned green, so now we have our beautiful green color on the bottom part of the head. So it's very nice. We're going to let that turn a bit more green. Finally, this is the last part of the dye. We're going to add the scarlet red dye into the pot and let that settle as well as we commence the final part of our Rasta dye. Throw that away. So we're going to repeat what I did with the Kelly green dye with the bottom half of my head, except with the upper half of my head, and kind of move that around into the red dye and change the yellow into a red. After some time we finally get the nice scarlet color we wanted, and that's pretty much the Rasta dye. Thanks for watching.